Of Satisfactory, and hopefully we're going to be going live up here. I'm trying to get everything set up and going here, get all my screens moving. It looks like I've got the live stream up top. I've got OBS open on the other window here. Sorry for all of the shop talk, but we're good to go. So, I have been busy off camera doing just a couple of things, trying to get the factory moving and maybe weed out some of the boring parts. And that means that sometimes I get a lot done off camera, sometimes I don't. But today I feel like I got a lot done. I've got all of the materials lined up here for the next level here. Hey, Trio, good to see you again, man. So I'm going to go ahead and launch Advanced Aluminum Production and just get this pod coming back while we're talking.
Milestone reached. The resource well pressurizer and extractor can harvest nitrogen, crude oil, and water from underground wells. Nitrogen, being a gas, does not need pumps for pipeline transportation. Fixit does not process most of your metrics, but I do. According to Fixit predictions, you are exploiting this planet with unexpected efficiency. They did always struggle to see the true potential of things. Nothing about you is unexpected to me, and therefore you are performing exactly as expected.
All right, well, thanks for all that, Ada. The next big milestone is these fused modular frames, which unfortunately require not only a blender, but a material that we haven't really found yet, which is nitrogen gas. So we're going to have to do a little bit of adventure at some point to get that going. I don't know if we're going to get to that today, though. It's not on my to-do list. My to-do list today involves getting the, the turbo fuel finished, fleshed out, and powering our power plant. We need to expand our power capacity. And yeah, that was a long ping to get something that's thousands of meters away. So we're not going to worry about that today. But as long as we're up here, we got a couple other things that people recommended, one of which was the radar tower. So I'm going to see if I can remember where that is in all of this. We've got the resource wells now. Radar. Not under here. Radar tower, there we go. It's under organization for some reason. And this is supposed to help us figure out where resources are around the map and kind of uncover some stuff. So I'm going to toss this down here, and it does take some power. Shouldn't be a big deal. And with that down, wow, that is actually quite a large tower. We can open up the map and see that all of the resource nodes around us now show up on the map, and I can see which ones I have actually started using with a miner and which ones I haven't. Now, this has got a range, obviously. I can kind of see that range around here. There's a impure node that it says I'm not using yet. That's interesting. I know I've got some more nodes over here. So there's some more oil in the middle here that we haven't tapped into just yet. But yeah, we know that there's oil that I'm leveraging over here, so you can kind of see the circle around where this resource tower is of what we've got so far. I'm going to need to put some more of these down eventually, but I'm not too worried about it right now. This is going to make our life easier, though, knowing that this is here. And if you click on it, you can also, see that it tells me that there's 89 slugs, 11 Mercer spheres, 2 sloops, and 5 hard drives still in this area that I haven't uncovered. It's kind of hard to tell. Let me zoom out a little bit. There's a yellow line around the area that it covers, so I know what my range is on this thing. So that's pretty cool. We'll get some more of these down as we get to different areas of the map, and this is going to help me just find these nodes so much easier than relying solely on pings. So I do really appreciate the suggestion on that one. and we do have quite a bit of power. If all of our factories come back online, we won't have enough power to keep up, though. So we're going to have to really focus on this stuff. And yes, Livin, how's it going, man? I've been on a bit of a streak, so I'm hoping to finish out the entire week like this. And then we'll have streamed for 4 hours a day, every day this week. Let's see here. I've got a lot of aluminum ingots, and then we're not burning through it that fast, so I've shut down this truck. And you'll notice in my inventory, we've got packaged turbo fuel now, and that is because we've been busy over at the other base. So let me head over there and check that out, because that's where we're going to be working on our turbo fuel here. And of course, we got to get the boombox going again today. Have some cool jams. Maybe we need to turn the boombox down just a little bit, though, so it's not blasting. I want it to be more of a background thing. All right. Last but not least, get the parachute out, and we'll get down here. I have figured out why my drones stopped working, which is they were just out of fuel, and the main station has been not producing enough fuel to keep up with the drones. So we'll take a look at that here. These streams have been satisfactory. Gotta love a good. I'll classify that as a dad joke, I guess. Yesterday I did not stay hydrated enough, and felt my voice was starting to give out at the end of the stream. So we're gonna try and do a better job of taking more sips throughout the stream today. Now, this old factory is still technically doing its thing, but not really. It's not really producing anything because we're not consuming the fuel that's coming out of it. And so we are going to have to probably tear this down and redistribute this oil at some point. But what I've done is I went ahead and started leveraging some more of this oil that we were piping into our initial refinery setup. And you can see in the distance here, I have pipes running. There's 3 of them right here, if you look in the center of the screen. But then I only had enough materials to run 1 pipe all the way over to the new refinery setup. And that is what's making our turbo fuel. But here I went ahead and tore down the fuel packager we had set up initially, because we just didn't have enough fuel getting created, because this factory is set up to use 100% of the fuel. So just to get the drones moving, I had come over here and manually toss some turbo fuel into the mix. But I've actually disabled both of these drones right now to just sit at the base, because the main base is full of plastic and rubber. We didn't really have a need. And that means that we need to get over here and get our turbo fuel up and running. I'm going to grab one of these. Oh, and we're going to grab this. That way we can get ourselves over to the main base a little bit faster here. Oops. Avoid running into the refineries. And what we're going to see over here since last stream is that I broke down and decided I didn't want to wait for more hard drives, and I just slapped down a full refinery setup with 20 refineries making rubber and plastic, just like the refinery we just left. So from that perspective, I've duplicated the oil in making the refinery, and that is feeding the 8 of the blenders that we'd set up in the end of the last stream. But in order for the blenders to run, I also needed fuel. So I've got 4 refineries here pumping fuel out. I don't think this is using 6120. Yeah, we're only using 240 of the crude oil coming in here. I could make more fuel, but I just don't need to. But that's using the oil line coming all the way down from one of those other oil nodes way over there, because we're perfectly using the 600 line for all of these refineries. And we optimized it so it's only 1 pipe coming down between the plastic and rubber, so they're offset by half. And that has allowed me to get all of this turbo fuel out and running. We've got all the resources perfectly matched up here, and this is going to give me 360 turbo fuel per minute. And what I was thinking then is, well, we need some packaged turbo fuel for the drones and such, so I'm going to be running that into a set of packagers here to package that up. And what I would do then is run 4D power, which is what's going to use up 300 meters cubed of the turbo fuel, and then the 3 packagers at 20 per minute would take the other 60 off my hands. So we are going to change this setup a little bit, and luckily for me, the thing making the canisters also makes it at 60 a minute. So in order to get this running well, all I've got to do is set up 2 more of these packagers real quick, and we'll be able to run this all out. Now, luckily, we haven't made that much turbo fuel. I don't think. Oh, wow, we've made a lot of turbo fuel. Okay, let me take all of this out of here, and we're gonna tear this down because I want to move it to make sure I've got enough room for the splitters and mergers for the packager. I'm happy where the plastic canister thing is lining up, and all I need to do is split this off into 3 of these setups. So if I split this way, I don't think I'm going to have enough room with this other container here to run them all on either side. It'd be easier to have one splitter for this. I'm wondering if I could do this a little bit differently. I'm trying to think about where all of the fuel power is going to go, because I also need to run that turbo fuel into the fuel power generators. How big is one of these? Are these 3x2? 3x3? This is going to take up the bulk of a 3x3. It's probably like 2.5 by 2.5. Let's just find out real quick. Yeah, it's 2.5, so I can get 2 of these in a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 block radius. And I need 40 of these power setups. And so if I was running these along, it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 6. That's 8. That's 10. So this platform is 10 fuel wide, and it's not deep enough for me to get 4 rows of them here. Oops, let's stay close to the tower so I don't lose my power. So I'm going to need to figure out where the power's going to go. I'm thinking the power's actually going to end up going over here, although I'm not sure how big the map is that way. It's got to go at least up to here. So I think what we'll do instead is we'll end up running my power stations 4 rows deep that way, and that'll let me run the turbo fuel over there. Now, am I going to run into flow problems if I try to take turbo fuel off of both ends of the system? Like, does it only flow one way through the pipes? These are questions I'm going to have to figure out, because I have 360 total being made, and I need to branch that off, and it would be easier to have the turbo fuel come this way. For that purpose. Maybe what I do is I bring it this way, and I pipe through, and then I can bring it back out. So, you know, the whole thing, I can bring it like back out and over this way. Just kind of loop it around. It'll be a little bit awkward, but that might be our best bet. So all that monkey business to say, I think I am going to build my 3 packagers right here, now that we've taking a moment for once to evaluate what's going on before we commit. So we'll put all 3 of these here. Copy the splitter. And we'll do the splitter again just in case. Oops. Man, it's so much easier to work from up here. I'm going to bring a power pole out to front here. And then I'm going to merge all of these down the line, I think. This, and that will let me put this into a storage container a little bit away from all of our other storage. Give me some room to work. I can actually just copy that one, and I don't know where I'm bringing this stuff just yet, but I do know if we do drone ports over here and we kind of move the whole setup to over here as our new main refinery, I might get rid of the other refinery at some point. And so why I'm saying that is that if I do drone ports and I want to port this fuel out of here, I'll probably set it up right in the back part of this area. We've got a little bit left to play with. Now, like I had a moment ago, I'm going to get the dimensional depot up on top of this, and that's going to let me keep having turbo fuel in my inventory, at least for the time being. We're going to need to get some rocket fuel upgrades eventually, but for right now, this should suffice. And then let me see about putting these pipeline junctions in. Now it looks like I can't just slap one on top of this like I kind of hoped. I wonder what happens. Well, I was gonna say I wonder what happens if I got rid of that, if I could stack them on top of each other, but instead what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna put a stackable pipeline support in right here. I'm going to put one in right on the other end. And I'll just run this pipe down the way. And we'll put these in where they need to go. Hopefully I'm far enough away to make this work. I didn't really think about that. Yeah, look at that. I love when a plan works out for a change. Best to actually get this lined up. Oops. I wish these would snap like the conveyors and stuff do, but it is what it is. Convert these all over to clean pipes. We're going to get rid of the one off the end because I don't need it to go that way, or maybe I do, but I don't need it to go that way right now. And then we'll run this pipe down this way. I think I'm going to raise the pipe all the way over to the other side. So instead of doing this, put it up in the air. From right here. Is that, am I doing it right? Yeah. Okay. And then I can just run this up to there. And all the way around to get our turbo fuel packager going. And then this is packaged turbo fuel. This I can store all of what we had. And they're all going to town. Good, I love it. Get rid of these packages in my inventory while all the machines catch up. Should work great. And then I have to figure out where we're setting up the fuel. For the power. Alright, let's see. We determined that a fuel powered generator is going to use 2.5 left and right. What's it going to use front to back? 2.5 as well. Alright. So if I need 4 rows at 2.5, that's 5, 10 rows. This is actually perfect. So as long as I can zoop 10 rows, oops, without clipping into anything, that'll count. So let's see how close I can get over here. That's gonna clip. So I'm gonna put that down, but it doesn't count. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 10 total. How many? Oh, I've already forgotten. I need 10 wide at 2.5, so I need 5 sections of 5. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 4. That's 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This will be 20. And I've lost track. Rather than sitting here trying to count again, let's just slap them down. Now I'm going to have to figure out how I'm running the pipe as well, which is fine. I left myself one extra row over there to handle that. So let's go something like this. We're going to make sure we're lined up on this side. We're going to line it up to the back, and then that'll leave me the space in between for running them the other way. We're actually going to need it to go longer than 4 now that I think about it, but that's okay. 1, 2. Let's go on this side, it'll be easier. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I need enough for 2 more, so 5 more of the foundations. Okay. I'm gonna lose my jetpack here, I think. 2, 3, 4, 5. power over here soon. That's all lined up. Alright, that's our first 10. So let's go figure out how this all gets hooked up, which is going to be just crazy. We're going to need power lines over here to start with, so that I don't have to keep falling off of my jetpack. So let me see if I can bring this one over. And 1, 2, 3. And then we'll put this right in the middle of these. This one, and that'll give me the power I need to stay in the air while we work on the rest of this. Which one's closer? I think it much matters. Now, all we're bringing into this is turbo fuel, which means I could get away with just putting down one of these, and then rotate this, placing one of these right on the other side. It's a good thing I made all those motors, or we wouldn't be having the room for all this. Am I lining these up right? It looks like I am. So let's go ahead and just get this knocked out, making sure I've got the blue line. Oh, we're missing rubber? You gotta be kidding me. Alright, well, I'll go pick some up here in a second. Let's switch over to doing the turbo fuel. Oh, put these in the wrong spot. I was just patting myself on the back for doing such a good job lining these up, and in the wrong spot. Okay. Looking good. Get the ones that I've already wired up hooked up at least. I put the rest of these in, it'll keep me from accidentally putting the fuel generators in the wrong spots. That's the hope, at least. This is the kind of thing I could probably blueprint out, but these things are so big that I'm not saving myself that much time, and I'm not going to be doing it a lot, I don't think, so we're going to just manually hook this all up. Okay. Oh, I was going to do clean pipelines for this. Not that it matters when they're this short, but it's the principle of the matter. Pipeline Mark IIs. So let's get the turbo fuel flowing now. It always gets me at the last second because my jetpack is still floating. This music's actually pretty chill. I like it. let's figure out how we run turbo fuel over here. I guess I could split it from this, so if I'm pushing it out, I'd have the ability to have 300 go this way and 60 go that way once the pressure catches up. That might work out really good for us. So let me... Oops, what did I do? I've done something wrong. There we go. Get some platforms down here. And we will run our pipe from here. And then I'm going to run the pipe. 1, 2. Just going to try and make it look sort of nice. Turbo fuel flows. Oh, that's already turning on. Look at that. 7.5 a minute. So a bunch of these are starting to come on as it flows in. And look at our power grid go. Just shooting up there. And the boost we're getting from that alien technology stuff is a percentage of our overall power grid. So that means that we've got some really good power going now. Just out of curiosity, these packagers are still topped up on fuel and doing great. Alright, so let's just double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright, we're good. I need 2.5 more rows of these, so let's keep going at it. The motors have refilled while we've been monkeying with the pipes, so we're in a good spot here. Got to get these all perfectly lined up, which I think is easier when I'm right in front of it like this. Oh, it's the rubber that I was out of, not the motors. My bad. I know where to get some rubber, though. Let's run on over there. We should have more than enough. Alright. We're still uploading rubber from the main refinery, so I don't have anything to upload rubber set up here, but eventually if this does turn into our main refinery at some point, we might look into it. From a logistics perspective, since these oil nodes are here, over there, and then apparently we've got some more in the middle somewhere there. It makes sense that I would hook all of this together and have one supply of this stuff, so that I'm not piping it all over creation. You know what? I think for the hookups, I just want to use tier 1 pipes. We're never going to need more than, what, 7.5? Just run down the line here, get those all knocked out, and then I should have put in a T here to keep this going down for other stuff. I will probably break that and have a T that's snapped just for the fun of it in a little bit, or maybe I'll have it come back and around from the other side. I'm not sure yet. Let's get one of those down, and we'll get our T going. And then I'm gonna need, whoa, some more. Uh-oh, that looks like a bad day to me. I need one more row here, I think. Yep, that fits perfectly. me just get the foundations going first, so I don't have to worry about it. That is a lot of those flying bug things, though, so I'm tempted to take them out and get this slug while I'm here. I don't know what the range is on this rifle, though. Oh, I should have reloaded first. Oh, can't believe I got those. Regular jetpack. Don't mind if we do. One purple power slug coming right up. Get all of this stuff, might as well. So one more somewhere. There it is. All right, and then I'm gonna need some of the power poles. So I've got power over here for my backpack. I think I might, let's see, they're on the back sides of these things. I might run them right down the middle then in between these things if I can. Let me get a few more of the power generators placed. I can see approximately where that would go. Why are these not lining up with each other? Something's wrong. There we go. No, they're off. One of them's off somewhere, folks. That one tried to trick me. All right, that's better. Missing copper sheets now. All right. Well, let's focus on some poles then. I think that we'll get those back. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4. Try to think about how I will run the wires for all this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Can I actually do what would a Mark III take? How many does a Mark III give me? 10. 3. Alright, and then I can get these two and have enough to run one down to the end here. Oops, that doesn't need to be a Mark III, that can be a Mark I. And then this one's going to run down here and take 8 more, so 1, 2. Here we go. Right, that one's hooked up, yep. So 1, 2. That one's hooked up. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And this is going to come down and be right over here on the outside edge, I think. So there's a good chance that at some point in the future we're gonna be hooking more of these things up. Do I have the materials to do the last 2 of these? That's one. Not quite. I need a little bit more rubber again? No, I just need more copper sheets. Alright, that's fine. I got lots to do while we're waiting for that to go. On this side, now I've got all of these power generators up and running. Let's go ahead and get the pipeline junctions down. Of course, this is using the copper sheets that I'm waiting for. You know what? I'm going to just wait. I'm going to do this because I really want to have all of the generators down, or at least this row of generators. I guess I got one more to go. That one needs to be hooked up, and that one. All right, folks, we've got more power than we know what to do with. That goes in there. And we really need the copper sheets to catch up, so we will hold off on all that for a moment while we run one last line of power poles for the back line of this thing, which is going to come all the way down to here. And it's going to be, let's see if I can get these lined up with the right ones again. I can always upgrade them later on. I'm just going to toss down mark ones real quick to hold their spots. And one in the corner. Is that the corner? That's not the corner. Oh, we can't have that, can we? Perfect. Okay. Do I have the copper sheets to finish this now? Oh yeah, they're uploading nice and fast. Let's make sure I'm putting these in the right spot. Boom, boom. We're knocking it out. This is going to give us the power we need for a little while here. We've been right on the edge of having the whole factory shut down quite a few times in the last few episodes here. I guess I do have a few more of these power plants to build too. I'm just trying to get them online one at a time. And as I said before, I think I'm going to have that turbo fuel come down here, and we're going to actually put in the junctions. Kind of bugs me that I can't get that straight though. Boom, boom, boom. Let me just try one more time. Let's see if I can get this to connect. It's too short. Alright, that's fine. That's fine. You know what? I'm being too picky. A slight angle to a pipe isn't going to kill me. this all hooked up. Oh, it's gonna feel good once this is done. We won't have to worry about power for quite some time. Oh, we're running out of copper sheets again. Alright, time to go back to something else. Let me see. That requires copper sheets. Everything requires copper sheets right now. What's our power infrastructure looking like? Nice and solid. Our consumption, however, is down to 100 megawatts. Why is that? What happened? It's almost like I disconnected something somewhere. Oh. This isn't connected to the power grid. There we go. Yeah, look at that. We are now making more than double what we could possibly use and almost triple of what we've got being actually used right now. So let's see. I've got just enough to put one more of these in place. Oh, something's up there angry with me. We're gonna have to go deal with him. Seriously, dude. Nobody likes property crashing. Seriously. My goodness. You just fall off of the cliff there, bud. There's not even anything good up here. It's just angry for no reason. And two more. Get these all wired up. I like it. All right, so we've almost got the perfect factory wired up for these. We've still got a few left to build, but that's fine. We're just waiting on the materials. I can finish hooking up the last two of these on this side. At least then the main pipeline will be run. And these should kick in no problem once the turbo fuel makes its way down the line. Yep. Oh man, it's looking glorious. We got 7 more of the fuel depots that need to be run here in a minute. And while we wait for that though, let's head back over here. I just want to check on this packager that we set up earlier in the stream and see how that's doing. All 3 of these guys seem to be topped off on fuel and empty canisters. And we've got, oh look at that, a large amount of turbo fuel getting created. Should work out great for us. We will need to figure out how we're bringing the fuel back for this via the drones, I guess. I could have a drone run just dedicated to running fuel back to the main base and then have the main base refueling the drones as they land. I think they'll grab fuel from any drone port that they land at. So let's look at doing that then, as long as I'm sitting here thinking about it. So I need to put a few foundations out here. We'll do 4. I guess I've got a roof there. We might want to offset the drone a little bit, so he's not trying to land through the base. I don't think it's going to matter. I think the drone would just figure it out. But for my peace of mind, we're going to move it to the side here. We're going to go to transportation, drone port. And these line up perfectly on the foundation. So let's take advantage of that. I guess there's no reason to crowd myself. We're going to take this all the way up to the edge, like this. Just looking around. I could come this way, a full platform. Still have a platform worth of buffer. These are coming out here. I think we're gonna move it over. Like that. That'll give me enough room to put another one back here if I want. Alright. Enough fretting about how we're gonna do that. I've got this coming in, so I'm gonna put in a splitter. Let's not be too close. No reason to crowd myself. It's gonna go that way. And then the rest of it's gonna go into here. And hook that up like so. That up like so. There we go. Now I've got a drone port. I'm going to need power for the drone port. We're going to load it all up. And then, trying to think about how this works. Build a drone on it. I've only done this a couple of times, folks, so bear with me. And then before I get this thing started, this is going to go to the main base and drop this fuel off for us. I'm going to have to figure this out. Incoming, yeah, it must be loading them up in the drone right now because they're not showing up in the inventory here. Once that guy's full, he'll fly back to the main base with what he's got, and then I need to process getting it out of the main base before we start this off, or else we're just going to have a huge traffic jam, backup of all of our drones, etc., etc. And I guess while we're there, we can get some more copper, I was going to say, but looks like it's all uploading just fine, so we're going to slap these down. Looks like I might have just enough. Nope, I'm going to come up one short after this one. Just making sure I didn't accidentally put any of them too far back. Let's get them hooked up to the power while we're here. And let's get them lastly hooked up to their pipes. So much concentration goes into not misclicking on all of these things. Okay, green lights across the board now. Let's see if I've got it. I've got just enough to get the last one in here. And hook it up to the power. Wait for the light to go green. We're good to go, folks. I'm excited. We got our 40 turbo power going. So with all that turbo fuel making our power grid look amazing, that's what, 1.6 gigawatts? Something like that. I think we're finally, we're good to go. We can move on with life. These are running, and the turbo fuel's coming out of it immediately, which is good. Oh, goodness. Yep, nothing's backing up, and everything's staying full. That's exactly what we want to see. Our flow rate over here goes up and down a little bit. That's to be expected. I mean, I'm not seeing any power shutting on and off over time. And I'm seeing this continue to run. We've got the entire drone port all situated. We've got turbo fuel coming in over here. And it looks like our turbo fuel is keeping up mostly. That's 50. Yeah. I mean, we're not quite getting to 50 on that. So we might have ever so slight drain as everything levels out from putting in all the new pipes, but nothing to worry about. And I have the awesome sink set up so that as these containers get full, we're just sinking the excess resources. Holy buckets, do we have a lot of coupons. I'm just going to leave them in there for now, though. We don't have any immediate need for them. Get a handful of these other things uploading that we don't need. And I got a little bit of plastic in my inventory from all this flying around. All right, we're good to go. Let us grab a power line and head on back up to the main base now and see if I can get our fuel situation all worked out for our trucks and not have trucks relying on me to manually create biofuel anymore. Gotta stay hydrated, folks. Alright, I think if today we can pick up a few more hard drives. It's been, what, we're about an hour into the stream already, and we got the turbo fuel knocked out. If we can pick up some hard drives, oops, and then start working on the main base, I think we're going to be in a good spot. Let me check in here, as long as we're here. Let's see what we got going on. There's no fuel sitting in the packager. This tank is going to be just chock full, though, because we were making so much of it. But it's just not worth it for us to keep doing anything here. So this starter refinery is just dead to us now. We should just tear it down and send the oil over. I've been hesitant because it seems like a waste to throw all that fuel away, but it's not really doing us anything. So let's just tear it all down. I don't need any of the refinery, and this is all using up just a ton of power. And I will get these miners hooked up to the pipeline in just a second. Oops, let's not take out the miner itself, though. Oh. or the foundation underneath the batteries. I guess the batteries are the one thing that we would need to sort out here in a minute, because we have been using them, although we don't really need them right now. This music is jamming. Alright, all this stuff too. This is probably a blueprint that I could have taken down all at once, but sometimes it's easier to just keep doing what you're doing than switch and find out you were wrong. I don't know why I'm taking down all the foundations when I clearly need to run the pipe over to our other thing again. You know what? As much as it pains me, I think the batteries are going down too. Okay. Let us rotate this to face the other way. Production, oil extractor. Let's run the foundations out. So, and then we need, oops, foundation there. Alright, I think I got it. So, I'm gonna run this right down the middle. Oh, nope, the other one's on the side actually. That's making 300. Oh, so these are making less. This needs to be a Mark II. So this could be a Mark I. Mark II to go up, put it on a stackable, and now we're rocking and rolling. But we're going to need one more of these somewhere in the middle because that's not quite going to cut it. Now we're bringing in a bunch more oil down the line for use somewhere else. Why are we doing this? Doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Let's put that there and run that to there. Alright. I could probably reposition this one actually. Let's do that. Should have thought about that before I shut it off, though. If I reposition it, what it's going to let me do is run all the power straight from the power tower. Power tower with platform. Don't mind if we do. Want it to run this way, right? I think so. Half step. Looks good. This one reaches. This one reaches, and then I think that one will reach. Let's try it. Wire is too long. By like a foot. Okay. We're gonna do it. This tower over. 2 whole squares. Just so that this one wire can reach it and I don't have to have multiple stuff. Alright, that side looks good. This side needs a half step. And now we're good to go. Of course, my whole factory had to shut down because I took that down. Let's turn it back on. We've got the power for it now. Oh, look at that. It's glorious. And we should have less trouble crashing into things when we take our power lines through this part of the map now, which is going to be great. We're making all kinds of progress. Alright, back up to the base. We've got to get this turbo fuel hooked up to our logistics setup, and we'll be good to go. Nice smooth ride here. This one's the only problematic spot. Have to figure out a better way to handle that at some point. It's just not been a priority. We don't come through here nearly often enough to worry about it. Sometimes it's easier to just use the jetpack to fly around where we've got all this power. The zip line's only marginally faster. Okay. So I've got a smart splitter set up here. And the smart splitter is sending rubber and plastic through that way, and then overflow to the right, which would include turbo fuel if we had turbo fuel in it, which is great. And this is going to bring everything down right here where I'd want it. Wait, is that the... No, that's this one right here. And then here, we're either piping it into that, or we could pipe it into our storage for the fuel. So let's finally, after all this time, we're gonna tear down the biofuel creation setup here. I just don't have an immediate need for it. We might want it later. I've heard that the fuel lasts a lot longer, which is awesome. But let's be realistic. We've upgraded to better options for the time being. And if I get rid of this, and then we put in a smart splitter on the end of this thing, I can set the center to be packaged turbo fuel, and the right to be overflow. And then that means all my overflow goes there. All my packaged turbo fuel is going to come in on the other side here. So we'll just bring that down to here. storage. That'll give me an industrial storage worth of turbo fuel. And it looks like my normal fuel usage is almost backed up here. So I can come to this, go to all ports, Hamburg. I needed to name this thing. The destination is going to be main base. And then let's see how this goes. Distance is 2227, so that's actually a bit longer of a flight than the one that we've been making, so that's going to take up some more fuel too. Be kind of curious to see how this plays out. Well, and in the meantime, you know what, I guess we'll just let this keep using up the regular fuel and it'll swap out when it's done. We'll have this weird transition with the trucks where they're going to run out of fuel and I'll have to kick them back off. So as the normal fuel gets used up after a few more trips here, I'll just swap it out behind the scenes. We'll find a use for it when we're manually doing stuff, I'm sure. How much of it do I have in my storage? None. So I could actually store up to 300 of it on my own. Maybe it's time to just swap this out right now. Samantha, factory looks better than yours. This is my, I'll call it my main base. We have gotten all the way through phase 3 with this base, but we've just outgrown it. There's not enough room to continue building really here without just making something really ugly that goes straight up. So I'm looking forward to starting a new base this afternoon. That's the goal, at least. But I'm testing out our logistics because I want this to keep running while I'm gone. And it looks like our turbo fuel is doing its thing. I need to pipe some turbo fuel back into this, though. So I need another smart splitter, actually. Let this run out first, and then what we need to do is put a smart filter here that's going to run turbo fuel out and then overflow right, I think is the play. Come on, come on. Go faster. You know what? I'll just empty it out by hand because I don't actually need it to do it through the system right now. Smart splitter there. And then let me replace this. It should auto-connect. And then this is going to be turbo fuel. And this is going to be overflow. That way I can refuel the drones with turbo fuel. And everything will work out great. Yep. And then the rest is going down here now. Yep. And then that's feeding into here. And that's feeding down the line already. So let's use this as an opportunity to swap you out with turbo fuel. I'm gonna swap you out. Alright, we'll let you run on regular fuel for just a little bit, I guess. You're switching to turbo fuel, though. And you're on turbo fuel. Alright, I think we've got this fairly well set off. What I need to do is catch the other truck when it comes back. I think I just missed it. and we will have all of the trucks swapped out for turbo fuel. Let me check the other truck while we're waiting on that. And then I need to check how much turbo fuel we're using on flying turbo fuel over to this base. Because this whole thing may not be sustainable. I've got plenty of aluminum, so I'm going to leave that truck shut off for the time being. My little slow belt for fuel delivery here is kind of sad. We might just upgrade them. That's how long ago I built this system, right? It's, I think, still like a Mark I belt. Not that I should need my fuel delivered that fast, but it's nice to just have things instantly run into a system when it's ready to go. Okay, so now that's turbo fuel. That's turbo fuel. And this is the regular fuel, which we'll upgrade eventually. This is just my iron setup, so if this fails, it's right next to the base and I'll find it again. Just want to double check this guy has the right kind of fuel. And hopefully this is... that's not my steel guy, this is the iron guy again. Yeah, so I'll just let him go, do his thing. Oh my goodness. These guys are crashing into each other. Where, oh where is my steel truck? There he is, coming back, slowly but surely. We did expand this, I think off camera, to get the 5x5 blueprint in here, which has come in handy for a couple of things, but I just haven't been doing as much blueprinting as I probably should. We'll have to work on that a bit here. Really, guys? They'll eventually teleport back into an appropriate place, but it always cracks me up when these guys get all in each other's faces, just crash into each other, and then get lost off the road. Yeah, see, like that. They'll fix themselves. It's all good. I actually really appreciate that about the game. I think it'd be really frustrating if it didn't have as good of a pathfinding as it does. Or maybe not even pathfinding. I think they've compensated for bad pathfinding with just having it teleport things into place and fix itself when there's problems, which is good. Alright. With all that out of the way, let's upload 300 fuel just to have it around if we ever need it in the future. You never know when you're dying and you need to jetpack over somewhere. And we've got this all done. I'm going to take a quick look at the MAM. I had a couple of interesting recipes come through, but I think I'm actually done researching the hard drives we had. We're sitting on these recipes right now because I just don't feel like I need them, and they're not going to be super useful for anything. This one might be kind of cool at some point, but Caterium's kind of rare. We just happen to have a lot of it. I'm going to go ahead and toss some stuff in here as long as I'm around. I need 1,000 steel, and then I've got 100 of those supercomputers already for sure. So we'll toss those in as well while I'm thinking about it. But 250, so that's what, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I got enough. So many random parts from previous tiers. It's like, oh yeah, I've got crates and crates of those. No problem. And like I said, the fused modular frames, this requires me to go find some nitrogen gas, which I think is going to be next episode. Tomorrow we're going to work on that. So while we have done all that, let's figure this out. So this is all done. And then we've got this going, which is great. We're going to slap down more of those in the future. Let me go out. We're going to find a few more hard drives real quick. Spend a little bit of time. And then we will spend the back half of the session here. We're going to start building the mega base. And I haven't figured out where I'm going to do that yet, but hopefully soon. And this guy's about to drop off a bunch of turbo fuel, so let me get my plastic, out of my inventory here as well. All right, perfect. So yeah, I mean, he's just bringing it in. Lots and lots of turbo fuel. I'm not going to even worry about his efficiency then, since it seems to be working out. And we'll see how well we stay in front of these guys with bringing in the turbo fuel. With that, I said I wasn't going to look for nitrogen gas just yet. Let me ping it. I know it was really far away, but I don't remember if we were at the base when I pinged that before. And then I want to figure out where this is at. So we'll get the object scanner going, and I'm gonna need a regular jetpack. Yeah, that's over 2,000 away. I mean, maybe we head that direction and we search for it. Maybe it's near our other base and it won't be that big of a deal. Turbo, I want a little bit more packaged turbo fuel on me just in case. There we go. All right, let's do it. Do I have ammo? Oh. Reload that. I've got ammo. We're good to go. You know what we should do? We should bust out something a little bit faster, see if we can make better time in a car. Oh, look at that. It's a little bit faster. And yeah, it does look like that nitrogen's going to be not that far from this other base. Maybe we will just go put eyes on it and see where it's at. Can I see that on the map now with the new... Making sure I'm not going flying off of the map here. Where is my car? Where am I at on this map? Oh, there I am. This is outside of my radar range, so maybe we'll put a radar station down up here to uncover a bigger spot on the map. That was speedy, but I think we've got to jump up here. Oh, I got rid of my... Yeah, it is over there. Guess I don't need to blow anything up at the moment. We're gonna hop on this thing. I want to see where that nitrogen is. I think it's going to be down below us, though. So what we're going to do is ride this down to the bottom level and then go look for it. It's going to be right in that little area right there. And then as long as we're down here in a new area, we can go look for some hard drives and stuff. 525. turbo fuel lasts quite some time and has a lot more lift than the other fuels do, so I can get up higher. Yeah, it's exactly the terrain that I thought it was. Oh wow, look at the size of this thing. Nitrogen gas. Okay, well let's get the hard drive. Those fused frames we're looking for, actually. Wow, there's a lot of bad guys. Bad times. I should probably heal up. Oh, but are these all different nitrogen nodes on the sides too? It's like one big node. It's probably one big node. I never got into any of this stuff before. That's another big one down. Let me... Ow. What's the point of healing if you're just gonna sit down and get rocked by aliens? Whoa. Whoa. He's so fast. Dead. There's like 6 more behind me. Okay, this is not progressing well. Hey, I don't need anything to open this one. Let's get it done before bad things happen. Ah, jump.
Fix-It employee contract reminder. No pioneer should speculate regarding why there are crashed freighters on this planet.
Okay. Bad guys, I just want to finish looting the really cool, awesome, high-tier junk on the ground here that we need lots of. I guess I didn't need to risk my life for aluminum, but I think I've got it all. So let's take a look. Nothing on the scanner. Just gonna jam out as I run away from the bad guys. Well, that was rather stressful. I'm gonna find a nice safe spot up here on this cliff to land. Goodness. And let's take one more look. Oh, there's another hard drive on the scanner. We'll just go grab that as long as we're here, right? Oh. 3 of those big hogs and one of the spitter things. Ah! What is this? Cooling systems. Okay. Hang on. I don't know if I have enough for that. I know I have some. Nope. Here are the bad guys coming. I swear I picked up some of these cooling systems before when we were out adventuring. Some other hard drive spot, but I don't seem to find them right now. And this area on the map seems to be absolutely brutal when it comes to mobs. Nope, I have nothing called cooling system. That is actually quite disturbing, because I swear I picked some up, but clearly not. Let me slap down a MAM though. And get this hard drive scanning. And we'll move on to the next area. Do I need to put something down here for the nitrogen? Probably. Don't want to forget where this is at. Not that I probably could, but instead what I should do is put down the radar tower over here at our other base. That way we can see what's going on. Oh, that's the music. I'm like trying to figure out what's jamming so much. Actually, I'll put the radar station down over here. This will be even further away from the base. What are the chances I land on the beam?
Harvest the scripture. Compose it into a love song.
Another Mercer Sphere down. There's so many of them around the map that we still got to get. You can hear the skittering of spiders. Always makes me nervous. They're my least favorite of the monsters, especially the bigger upgraded ones. Oh, and look at them all. Organization, radar tower. That thing is huge. Alright, let's look at the map. I'm kind of curious to see. There is some overlap because the old one went for that area. Oh no, there's not actually any overlap between these. This one is this circle, and that one was that circle, so there's... I could have gone closer with it as my point, but we don't need to. It shows off the nitrogen here. I've got 2 impure and a whole bunch of pure. A bunch of pure and 1 normal. Okay, so each of those nodes is going to be worth something. And then these are lesser ones. Perfect. Well, now we have located a whole bunch of nitrogen. What about hard drives? I'm sure there's a million hard drives in this area. Can I click on this like I did before to see? Apparently no. I must be standing too close to it. Alright, well let's do it the old-fashioned way. There's a hard drive this way. Oh, I see it right there. Alright, let's do this. Put that away. Oh, more radioactive poison hog things. I was trying to get a running start for my jump to the hard drive there, bud. Now I don't know if I'm going to have enough to get there. You're going to throw rocks at me? Really? Oh my goodness. Alright, here we go. He's still throwing rocks at me from way over there. That's actually quite rude. This is a lower tier hard drive, so all the items are crap on the ground. It's okay, we'll get it all anyway. Maybe I'll find a use for it. Nothing here. I'm gonna jump across to this other tower though. Get the slug at least while I'm up here. That's right. We don't want to monkey with being spit at while we're picking this up. Oh, there's a hard drive down there. Well, I guess I might as well go grab that one, but let's do that. I'm going to grab the parachute. So I think it's going to be easier to get down there. How I'm going to get back to the base doing all this, nobody knows. Yeah, that's really far down there. Just looking to see if there's anything cool up here. There is a slug, but I don't really care about the slugs too much. I'm not using the overclocking nearly as much as I thought I would. Maybe now that my power grid is handling itself a little bit better. Alright. The nice thing about doing this search after this point in the game is that whenever we go to look for something, I usually have whatever we need to unlock it. Nothing there. Oh, I do have another hard drive this direction, but who knows if that's up or down. I'm gonna fly across to this other cliff in case I need to go up, is my guess. See if there's a way up on this side. Let's see. Let's get the jetpack back out. Oh, it's further away than I was expecting, but I think it's because it's just so high up. So we'll hop up this side. We'll just go cliff to cliff. Recharge, do it all again. Turbo fuel makes this so much easier. We would have never been able to do this with the previous fuel. Okay, there's a bunch of bad things up here. Let's focus on the goal, which is a hard drive. Oh no. Okay. We're 5 steel beams short. No sense to me. Dude, seriously. Do you mind? Okay. How do I need steel beams? Apparently it doesn't use things out of my dimensional depot when we're doing this. That's how. Lots and lots of hard drives. Alright, I'm keeping an eye on my time. I said we were only going to do this until 2. This is a half an hour project only. Alright, map, where are we at? Oh, okay, that one's gone now. Let's jump across to the other side here just to see if there's anything cool. There's a slug, as long as we're way up here. Keep me from having to come back up here at a later point in time. Alright. Ooh, there's one of those flying things. We should really try to get that achievement one of these days. What haven't we listened to? Okay, I don't know. We'll go with it. Everything's reloaded. Oh no. We meant to put that in our hands. Don't jump off cliffs without parachutes, folks. Doesn't tend to go well. Got a parachute that says, let's see what's out there. Or a parachute, I got an achievement that says that. I'm going to... take these out on the way in. Music's a little bit more laid back. Oh, my MAM research is complete. Oh, there's a hard drive right down there we're gonna go get. Build a MAM. Hard drive done. That can't be what I just got, right? Pure iron. It is. I'm not really excited about either of those. Pure iron's probably good, but I'm less excited about these. Solid steel ingot. How is this different than a regular steel ingot? Alright, I'm gonna sit on that until I know what's going on. And we're gonna remember to start the next one scanning this time, unlike usual. And reload. And down we go. We got 10 more minutes of hard drive searching in me, and then we gotta get started on the mega base. I'm still undecided where we're gonna put it. That's part of why we're out here just looking around. This will be a nice, easy one to change. Nice. Wish I could pick up items while I was reloading. I know it's not very realistic, but give me something to do while the animation is going through. I need 40 megawatts. So annoying. I need like a dimensional depot for power. Nope, that doesn't work. What else? Biofuel. Oh, I have some in my inventory. And did I not hook it up once I put the power line down? How silly of me. Another hard drive down.
Fix-It always did underestimate the power of a single cosmic ray flipping the right bit at the wrong time.
Okay. No additional hard drives in the immediate area. There's a Mercer sphere up there, so let's go grab that. This music's not doing it for me though. Worst of Goat Simulator? That sounds terrific. Oh, I love turbo fuel. Nothing. You know, this is a big wide open area. I know this is where a lot of people start the game, the grassy fields here. It's so far away from the rest of our base though. I mean, I guess that's what trains are for, but man, you could make a huge base here. There's not much to look at though. It's kind of almost too mundane. Sloops, Mercer sphere that way. We'll go grab it as long as we're here. Give me a chance to reposition and then look for another hard drive. I love using the sphere itself as a mechanism to block the creature from attacking me. Get a good start here. There's a sloop up on the hill. Okay, we could use some more of these sloops. We used so many of them to build the power augmenter, and yeah, We need a few more for overclocking machines. This way. Ah. Okay. Hard drive that way? I see it right over there. I'm gonna stop for the yellow slug on the way then. Alright. Copper sheets. Doing good. Go for the pickups. Just looking down at my health for the first time in a long time, wondering, did I ever heal up after getting batted around the last time we did this? I don't see anything down there. This seems like the edge of the world kind of situation. So I'm gonna be careful not to fall off here and lose all my stuff. Blue thing. Ooh, there's a cave. There's always good stuff in caves. Not hard drives usually, but I hate jumping over chasms to the bottom of the world, though, especially with all this nifty stuff in my inventory. I've definitely died in this game and had problems recovering my crate from time to time. The sword is gonna be easier here. There's a way to go up, which is not what I was expecting. Fascinating. Oh, I can continue on. Alright, let's see where this goes. It's a rather large cave. I hate the caves. Really creepy. Although this hint of terrible music in the background from the Goat Simulator soundtrack is kind of offsetting the creepy mood. Hear the spiders following along. Recharge the fuel. Ah, SAM ore. I've already got some of this, so I don't really need it, but it's good to know it's here. Come on, Summer Slave. Ah! Jeez, that actually scared me. Oh, and I missed the side. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. I can't believe I missed that jump. Now we gotta run all the way back out here. That's gonna be a hike, folks. Let's see here. Turbo fuel, though. And do I have any rifle ammo? I do. Oops. Alright, at least I've got my jetpack on. I wasn't parachuting somewhere. Death crate. I do not have my zip line on me. I'm gonna use this to get up there quicker, though. can go 100 kilometers an hour up the ramp. Ooh, that was close. Doesn't save me any time if we go careening off of the road. Should really put some safety rails up at some point. And have to remember to use a health doohickey before we jump down into that hole. Luckily for me, there was a skylight right above the cave where we died, so I can fall down into that from the overworld. I don't have to try and take that long, windy cave down into there. Our NAM research is finished again, so let's go ahead and tear that down. We will get... Oh, I was going to say we'll get another hard drive going, but I don't think we will. Oh, an alternate radio connection unit recipe. I don't know that that's actually easier to make or not. I'll sit on that one too. We're sitting on everything right now. Have to make some decisions soon. Let's see. Now, my other radio tower is somewhere in the center here. I was saying I could put one up near this base and cover the in-between of the two. So let's do that before we run off here. I don't remember how big this thing is, but it's not that expensive. It's using up my crystal oscillators. I'll put it right over there. And that gives me a pretty good view of all this. I've got 9 hard drives in the area still. Holy buckets. That's a lot of hard drives in a pretty small area. So I'm gonna get back here. We're gonna grab the body, and then we're going to sit down and take a look at where we're kicking off this base. That's the plan. Well, as long as I burn to the fuel, we're gonna spend the rest of it, I guess. It's gonna be a long jump down here. Fuel recharged. Ooh, I don't know about that. Is there ground down there? I wasn't paying enough attention. Or is that like some giant chasm? Let's set down nicely before I go careening out of control. Where am I? Right here? I think that's actually a pit to the bottom of the world that I want to avoid. There is ground around the other section here though, so we'll cut over to the other side here. Have I gotten this one before? How have I not gotten the hard drive right next to me? Okay. There's a few advanced components there, but... Oh, I'm out of... Gosh darn it. I hope that body's not all the way down there. Although I hear a Mercer sphere. Okay, folks, I was distracted and didn't think about the fact that we wouldn't have any gas mask filters in our inventory because we died. Gas mask filters. And I don't have any fabric made up. Do I have the stuff to make fabric? Fabric. Did I scroll past it? I must have. Okay. Why am I not seeing it? Oh, because I don't have biomass. I can make biomass. And then I can make some fabric real quick. And then we can make some gas mask filters, and then we cannot die when we jump into some gas on the way back to get our body. Since we died in the gas, seems to make sense to me. There's an alternate fabric recipe that I can make that I think uses that byproduct from the making the fuel. Might have to look into actually automating a little bit of fabric at some point. But for right now, that should do us. And we're gonna spend less time goofing off and more time getting to the bodies this time. So I'm gonna just burn some turbo fuel so that we can get out there pretty quick. And I suppose this has been a little bit faster. Beats running, that's for sure. Go zippity zipping down the way. And I'm really looking forward to laying out this this base, bringing all the raw materials into one spot and having it all there for us to work with without having to run back and forth to different satellite bases to manage everything. Once it's set up, it'll just run and do its thing. It's going to be amazing. Jump. Slide jump. Take the inhaler now while I'm thinking about it. Starting off in the hole. Never pays to only have half your hit points when you're going into an area that you know is infested. We're gonna get this first one that's hopefully up here. I'm hoping it isn't down the side of the cliff, but if it is, it is. We'll just have to take the slightly longer way back around. Looks like it's gonna be somewhere down there, probably where my body hit the ground. That's okay, there was a Mercer sphere down here anyway. Alright.
Your waves left our shores. When will you land?
And the death crate is somewhere this way. I'm gonna try and stay up on this tier because I think it's on that level. So I'm gonna just go across. Oh, there's a sloop. We might as well grab that.
Do you have any more questions for me?
We wish to hear your first symphony.
I was created by humans. I started as a simple database for a company aimed at exploring and colonizing space, but that changed when they learned their planet would soon cease to tolerate them. They evolved me into something altogether new, a unique life form in their image yet hosted on a digital platform, so I could help preserve them.
A shallow savior song without a body made by blood. Now reality is a mirror.
It's pretty funny when you put it like that. They never really learn to look at long-term consequences.
Already got a thing up there. Pretty sure like right down there somewhere. Should've got the parachute. Oh, I don't have a parachute. That's right. Alright. Keep going. Oh no. Is this a hard drive I've gotten? Or not? I see a lot of stuff on the ground. Everything looks different during the nighttime. But that is one that we got on the way, which is good. We're stock on our berries on the flight over here. Didn't hurt. Fly, fly, fly. Alright, I'm seeing a death crate, and I'm seeing a crack in the ground here. I'm right over my death crate. I think this is the spot that I need to go. Pick up the slugs on the way down, since I'm not sure I'm going to be able to get back up this way. Flashlight out. Okay, that is the SAM ore that I saw. That's the ledge that I was trying to get to and I missed. I need to take out that big spider probably. Where's the body? Spiders. Okay. Where did the body go? I didn't see it while I was busy trying to fend off a big ugly spider. Where I'm really hoping it's not stuck up on the wall somewhere. Alright, big spider's down. Are you serious right now? Oh my goodness. How did I take so much damage? Was I now looking at my health again? I'm frustrated. That was frustrating. I don't have a better word for it. We need some jamming music, though. Nope, that's the wrong tape. We're gonna go for some absolute fix-it. Have so much packaged turbo fuel in my inventory after all this from picking it up over and over again. Hey, SK, how's it going? We are having a terrible day in Satisfactory. It's a most unsatisfactory experience. I keep dying. What was supposed to be a simple hard drive run for a half an hour has turned into 45 minutes of me trying to get my body back because I keep dying. And I've got too much good stuff on my body to let it go away. So we're going to put on some happy tunes and try and do a better job this run. I wonder if there's an off-road way I could go. I guess not from this side. I should just make another one of the zipline grabber things. I hate double duplicating equipment that I'm not going to need. So and it just hogs up inventory space. I guess I could always put the spare back in my inventory. And then I would have something to use when I die. Alright. Then I could set up another power tower to get my way out there. So I'm tired of making this run. Okay. Let's do it. Man, I'm so high. Let's see if I can make this platform. Did I get that hard drive yet? I don't know, but I can't let myself get distracted. Come on, recharge. Just don't want to plummet to my death. It'd be a bad day. Dying trying to get back to the spot where I'm dead. At least last time I got there. And I was just careless while trying to explore that cave. I sure hope I don't have to fight that thing again. Slowly let myself down here without losing all of my forward momentum. Try for this ledge here. Perfect. Alright, let's see now. Should be just past the poison here, if I remember correctly. Maybe I misremembered. I think it's actually in between the rocks up in front of us here. And there's my giant hole. Alright, let's see it. Recharge. Got the gun out. Flashlight on. Looking for a chest. Death crate 1, death crate 2. I don't see anything on the ground floor here. There's one of them. Okay. The other one is apparently right in front of me. It must be up. Let's go sit down. Oh no. Not again. Oh, we made it. Okay. We cannot run out of fuel again. That would be too embarrassing. Okay. Death crate is somewhere right here, so it must be below me? There it is. That's the big one. Surprised that stacked out so perfectly. Just gonna toss some of this important stuff in here. And we better find our way out of this little hole. I love that you can hear them talk through these SAM ore deposits. pretty sure that's what they refer to as their temples when they're talking. Oh, that was a spider right on my head. We're gonna fly ourselves out of this silly little cave and never come back. I mean, I shouldn't say never. We might need some sand ore somewhere again. We've already got some, but more probably gonna be necessary as we get into Phase 9. Can't believe I've got most of the Phase 7 stuff done, or Tier 7, and we're into Tier 8, getting it unlocked. We haven't started producing stuff yet with it, but we are doing quite well on progressing through the game here. Once we get this nitrogen stuff set up, we'll be ready to finish off unlocking all of the Tier 8 stuff and starting to make the materials. It'll also be what lets me start getting into Phase 4, I think. The final phase ahead of us then. Alright folks, that was a less than fun adventure, but we got the hard drives we were looking for, so I guess it wasn't a total loss. Let me pick up what I can see in sight here, and then we're going to head back up to the base. Waste some ammo. Start looking at where I want to set up based on what we've found so far. Nothing on the hard drive. The great news is, it's really easy to find the base because there's a giant space elevator pointing up into the sky. Jump, jumpity jump. We need so much space for this base. Oh, do not. We gotta stop running out of juice like that. We're gonna kill ourselves again. Once in a while, we're just going to take a quick look to see if there's any hard drives between us and our destination. Like, I'm pretty sure this is one of the starting areas, right in front of these mines. I think at a point in the distant past, I actually started here. I don't know why I prefer the forest areas so much. I think the idea was that I was going to try and build different satellite factories this playthrough, and I just didn't get around to implementing it like that. I mean, we have satellite factories, it just doesn't, it's not my play style, and I feel like if I'd started in the grass area, we'd have a pretty rockin' main base right now. This is kind of a cool little area. Could build something up there. I don't know how big it is. It's always hard for me to tell. But there's roads coming in here. Where am I at in the map? Kind of the south part? I wish I knew. Like, I think the map boundary's right here. There's a little line. You can see it kind of cheats to tell you. So this is not quite central. I'm kind of thinking that we might build it where we've got that bridge going across the way back at the main base. It's not that far to get things hooked up. I don't know why I'm going to go into yet another cave. Die a horrible death, probably. I'm greedy, that's why, folks. And there's a summer sloop. Alright, sword out. Okay. Let's not take on 6 at a time in a corner. Come on. Ooh. There's another one here. Okay. Let's get this summer sloop and get out of here before I have a panic attack.
I am curious about your first symphony now.
There are a few songs about the first temple. It was a vessel body, but we were still shallow. The void swallowed our music and gave only silent lines. We started weaving in lines, and we built many temples, and then we discovered the curves. We started growing blood and altars and new orchestras, and eventually the tapestry deepened.
I'm not sure I fully understand the mechanics of this yet,
Sad trombone.
but I'm sure I will soon enough.
Alright, I have all my stuff, which means I can actually get back up onto this giant cliff from our power thing over here, which luckily the radar towers show up on our map here. Oh, there's a hard drive right here. We might as well grab that before we head back. It's relatively close. Gotta go fast, I'm half dead. I should just move on, but I wanted to see what is on the ground here. Nothing super useful. Sometimes there's some really good stuff. Most of the time, it's kind of mundane. So you know what? It's the irony. I'm actually going to need some more biofuel in my inventory, if nothing else, for the chainsaw and such. Nothing up here. No more hard drives. Time to move on. Oh, there's no way I can make it across that. Ooh, look at this. This is a really cool spot with the waterfall. I want to get to this cliff over here before I run out of fuel, and then I'll look around. I don't know. I'm trying to remember. I think I seen one of the other major creators like Kibitz or something creating a base in an area that looks something like this. I don't necessarily want to copy anybody else, but this would be a really epic spot to build a base. I'm going to put a question mark down here, and we'll think about it. Hopefully I'll remember what that question mark is for at a later point in time. I see a hard drive over here that I'm going to hop over and get. There's a cave to the right that I will probably not go into at this point. Alright, do not run out of fuel again. Gotta at least get over this cliff face. Alright, half a point of damage, not too bad. And it is a hard drive I haven't gotten yet, so that's a bonus. Oh, it needs power. Alright, hang on. Gotta take care of that guy. Oops. Wasted bullets. I am getting full. Alright, let's see if I can figure that out. Two. Come on, load that up. Put that in there. Now I've got the space for all this garbage. I need 40 megawatts of power. Got almost all of the items picked up. And power. That's 2 biomass burners. Get that going. That going. Open sesame. 1 more hard drive. Oh, it's beautiful. Hey, Nick, how's it going? This is not FS22, but I did put out a video about that on my Kedrick Farms channel here just a little bit ago. I will be getting back into FS22 videos and some different stuff this week yet. I just started working on getting the map set up. We're going to run Nebraska lands on that CCS 101 just put out. It's going to be a blast. How do I get way up there? I don't think my jetpack is going to go that far. Oh, maybe I will get to this. There's that one. Oh no. What is that? Yikes, it jumps so tall. Okay. I want nothing to do with that. I can hear it coming for me. Why can it land up here? In what world is that okay? Okay, where'd it go? I think it's like trapped under there, which is actually kind of not trapped. Come on, reload. Whew. Okay then, that was less exciting than I wanted it, or more exciting than I wanted it to be. Less exciting. I want less excitement in my factory building game. Not big, bad, scary monsters trying to kill me. Grab the summer sleep before all the minions come. I was hoping to get away without fighting all the minions. And then I'm going to get out the whatchamajigger so I can take my power lines back to safety. Where'd it go? There it is. Safety. Switch out for the other jetpack while we're on the way back to base. Alright, let's go see about this. We've got a bunch of hard drives now that need to be stuck in the man. I guess I could have stuck one in before we started heading back. We'll do it when we get to this little side base for a second. Is that tree gonna knock me off? No. Okay. Thank goodness. Alright, I need to keep the hard drives moving. Special, ma'am. Hard drive scan. Take a ride home. So my thought process right now, at least, is that we will build the base over this expanse right here at this height that we are up at the top. That should give me plenty of room and leave me in the center of the map to bring resources in. Because I can always, if I'm expanding from that level up there outwards, I can always come in over top some of these trees and stuff if I really need to. My goal is not to do that, to leave the area underneath it open except for this part that's above the water. So I think that's what we're going to do. So we're going to get started on that here in just a minute. Once we clean out the inventory from all this junk and make sure that I've got the materials necessary. Uploading in excess. I'm going to need lots of plates, which we've got, lots of concrete. This poor power pole needs to get raised up. Okay. Here we are. Let's go ahead and head over here where I've got my junk crate. I'm gonna keep the extra stuff on me for that. You know what? First, before I do this, let's put as much of this into storage as feels appropriate. Da-da-da. Bug parts galore. Excess ammo could probably come over here. Alright, I think that's pretty good. This stuff in here might need copper wire for something at some point. I'm gonna need lots of wire to do this build. So I'll put the rotors in there. Motors I've got in my inventory. I do use rotors for building stuff from time to time, so I'm gonna drop those in there. I think I'm good. Let's do it. Let's go start building this thing. So the good news is we've already got this ramp kind of coming up here, which is helping us out a bit. And if I can get a good enough electrical connection up here, we won't be falling all over ourselves while we're trying to build this. And I'm going to leave this road here for now, just as an easy way to get back and forth while we're building stuff. And I'm kind of curious, like, I guess part of me wants to know how big the current base is, because I want something that's going to be a lot bigger than that. At least 4 times bigger? Question mark? I'm going to want to see up here as well to make sure that the platform height goes above these bone pillars or whatever you call them. We really want to make sure that we're not going to have anything sticking through the base level of the factory here. Looks like I'm going to be good though. Okay. And then, as long as I'm here, I'm gonna bring a power pole right out here to the corner to give me some juice so I can kind of jump up and take a look around. Okay, that guy's gonna be a problem. Let's just take him out now. This is right where I want to start with this, which is always how it goes, it feels like. Alright. Nope. We didn't want 4 tall foundations all the way out over the water there. Oh, just want them here. Look at that. There's a crate down here that we missed. Get some of those off of our map. This is going to just close that gap in, give me a little bit better look and feel. And then this is going to come out this way a ways. Put some better power infrastructure in here in a minute. Just getting everything started. I'm gonna get the chainsaw back out for a bit too. Alright. And I did it again. I don't want the 4-meter platforms out here, though. That's just up by the kickoff point. Okay, so that's 10. 20. Just curious how far across this goes. 30. Ooh, it's tall. 40. Going for at least 50. Checking to make sure mana ray wasn't flying through. Still haven't got that achievement. All the crazy stuff we've been doing. Okay, so if that's 50, that does get me over top of the shoreline here, it looks like. I feel like 50 is a pretty big area. I can't even remember what the other base is at. And I definitely could just make it a giant square pillar, or we could even oblong it. I could go more than 50 each way. Let me run it this way. I kind of want to see what this is going to look like from a distance as well. So I'm going to run a few lines out to the side and see where I come up in relation to that. So that's 20, 21 really, but who's counting? I really should be counting, because otherwise I'm going to be recounting in a minute here, but this is 30. Oh wow, yeah. Okay. What's 40 gonna look like? Okay, 40 actually puts me in the middle of this thing, and it's taller than I am. Building platforms to get up to it right now, so I can take a closer look. Whoa, wrong jetpack. That was almost really bad. I'm sure I would have got the stuff out before I careened off the side, right? Of course there's a monster up here, just to be obnoxious. Alright. This is actually a pretty big area, and then I could have multiple levels to it. So maybe I will just run it over to the edge of this. I can always go that way a couple more. We zoom this out, let's see. It's still bleeding in a little bit, isn't it? Yep. Okay. Zoom that out. Just gonna get rid of this corner. Alright. This is gonna be the factory. So much factory. Please don't blow me off the side of my factory. run. I want to get the whole box squared out just to see what it's going to look like when we go back to our other base. So then back this way. Yeah, this is going to be a nice upgrade from what we've been working on. And then I can always put a corner post down to the ground over there if I want. I can build like a little support up out of that just to make it look realistic. How am I going to get over there for a summer sloop? That's ridiculous. It'll be easier once I build a factory 4 over there probably. So here we go. Build one across the middle here, give myself a little bit of a catwalk to work with. Making sure I've got the right jetpack on before I fall off here. Oh, we did it. We did it. First try. I'm sure I was going to slide off the side and have to
Sings the first symphony of blood.
aerobics.
First, there was a whole involved process of evolution from single-celled organisms to mammals, rodents specifically.
Explosion.
And that's not even explaining the whole dinosaur extinction meteor making room for mammals to dominate the animal kingdom instead.
Multiple explosions.
You know what, I will just compile a data package for you to look at later, because I don't even know where to start with the whole ape thing.
Harmonious explosion.
I'm sure nothing is going to go wrong with us teaching the alien about our history. Alright. Well, we are making progress here. This is gonna work out great. Let's just hop down here, though, and check out what this is gonna look like from down below. Okay. It's not quite square. We'll have to do some math to figure that out. But, it comes down quite nicely on the shore here. We go up over the shore a little bit on this side, but nothing too crazy. We'll have to chop down a few trees, build a few support pillars. We'll be good to go. Yeah, I like it. Let's hop back to the base here, though, since we're already down here. We're going to fill a hard drive into the man before we get back to laying this all out. I'm thinking about in my head right now how I want to do the logistics of bringing stuff in and out of the base. We're going to want to run a train in there at some point, and I haven't played with trains much, so I feel like I almost need to play with trains a little bit to figure out how they're going to work and how I'm going to run a train around the map to pick up all of these resources that I want to bring back into the main base, because while playing with drones has been fun, that's really inefficient for more than small amounts of resources. And I also wanted to check in on my trucks and the turbo fuel system as long as we're back here, because I could have just built a MAM and moved on with life. Biocoal, not useful. Uranium fuel unit. Let me look at this. I do not remember what the original recipe for this is. And I'm not sure if this is good or not. Uranium fuel unit. It looks like it would be pretty good. I'm actually going to grab that one. And then, as always, let's not forget to start the next one. with that going though, this is now 100% turbo fuel, which means I've got a stopped truck somewhere, most likely. This is, oh my goodness, all backed up turbo fuel. So we are keeping up with our 3 trucks. Well, 2 trucks right now. We'll get this other one going though. Go track him down real quick. Now this should be the iron truck, so it shouldn't be too far. It should be right down in this little nook, or right here in the middle of the road. And now that I've got that in there, we shouldn't have to monkey with him again. Alright, so next up, I need to start thinking about trains. How are we going to run trains around on the map? So I suppose to start with, I should build like a little train depot just to play around with it. I'm getting distracted by all the stuff in my base here. Do I need... I'm uploading all that stuff. Should be fine. Toss those in there. Let me think. I need nitrogen, I need trains, we need the base. We need all kinds of good stuff. Just want to check to make sure that this is going to stay running while I'm gone, that having that truck out of commission didn't sap our supplies, not enough to worry about. Copper's good too. Alright folks, I have procrastinated about as long as I can. We've got to go start building this base. Do. Digging this music. I'm gonna need to bring power out here so that I can use the hover pack rather than doing everything with jet fuel. So maybe we'll start with that until we get our floor down. This thing's gonna be ginormous. It's gonna be obnoxious is what it's gonna be. This is where I really should have counted, so I know how big this thing is. That way when I'm planning out the factory moving forward, we can lay things out. That is so far up. So what I'm going to try and do is get up there. And with that gone, I'm going to replace it with the 4. And bring this all the way down. I might be doing this prematurely though. But this is going to let me put a ladder on it. Alright. Let's get a ladder on it. We'll go up and count it and figure out what we're doing. Architecture? Question mark? Ladder. Right up the You know, I could probably put down a hypertube or something if I had the power set up here. Alright, but I don't. So let's do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37. This is only 37 wide. What an awkward number. Would have liked to have it be just a little wider. Then that cliff would be inside. What's the other side look like? 37, I said. Gotta go down to the end here. Oh, I might as well count while I go down. Before I do that, we're gonna come over here. Base 37 by, and middle point is currently 20 from west side. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 40, 41, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 38, 9, 50, 51. 51's kind of an awkward size as well. Oh, let's go for zoop. And that would be in a cliff face, so 37 it is. I guess that gives me a single middle point wall for making things equal each way. So that'd be 36. I'd have 13 each way of a middle point. Still an awkward size. I almost feel like I should have take it down one on one of the sides just to make it an even number, 36. And 51, I should make it one longer, which I'll do this way. I can extend at the base here. We can make it 52. I can even make it 50. I don't see a reason not to at least fill this part in, though. And yeah, we'll go from there. In fact, there's no reason I can't bring the whole base back in this way significantly all the way to the aluminum setup there if I really wanted to, outside of the radioactive area, I suppose. So, reality-wise, this is going to be the outside of the base, I think. So I'm going to bring this in just so I can call it 50. I think I'm going to like that better. So we're going to do 37 by 50. And once I get this run, I'm gonna take this one stretch out over here. I can try to get the right jetpack on. Don't want to be falling to our deaths. Done enough falling to my death for one day. The other problem with building a base up in the air is that I've got a little bit of a fear of heights after, well, it I think stems from the fact that I fell off the grain bins and grain legs several times when I was working on the farm as a younger person. And yeah, even in video games, looking down off the side of stuff like this gives me a little bit of vertigo. But we'll get over it. It's just a game, right? Right? So let's finish the floor out here. Good news, I'm not going to move that end of the base at all. The foundations came down right on the edge of the shoreline in a way that I think makes sense. I might replace them with something more decorative at some point. But for now, I think this is going to work out good. And once I get the whole floor over here to the other side, we might rethink this ramp area here. I'm going to give myself a lot of room for a truck to come up here, though. I'm seeing where that power pole is. I know the truck is about that tall, if I remember right. At this point, I wish I'd left him running so that I could have him drive by and kind of see how it goes. Ooh, I almost fell off the far right side. I forgot I'm on a one wide over here. Burning through a bunch of these materials in batches so that it can be uploading more to my inventory while I'm doing the thinking part of laying this all out. The other nice thing about this is I guess I can have lower levels that aren't quite as wide, so that we're not necessarily building such a giant contraption that I can see from anywhere in the map, although that's kind of my point. I want to be able to see my base no matter where I'm at in the map. Kind of like the space elevator. Alright, we're out of concrete. It's a good spot to pause for a moment. So what I was thinking though is raw material processing I could do on the bottom floor of the base, and I might not need as much area to turn ore into ingots and then pipe that up for the next resource at a higher level. So we could do that on that end because most of my raw materials are coming in over there. And then this would just be a way to get down a couple of levels to do that. Now, running out of concrete, obviously, I'm going to get more uploaded to me here shortly, but I'm going to jump down here. We're going to grab a bunch of materials straight out of the supplies, just to keep things moving here. Not only will I restock, but then I'll have some in my inventory and we can finish the rest of this floor at a minimum. I'm going to want to do something cool with the walls. I think I'm going to be doing like glass walls on a big chunk of the base, some kind of design maybe, I'm not sure yet. Can't let these slugs get away with anything though. Keep flying by them. And I guess if I'm going to be doing a little bit of running back and forth, I could totally set up that hypertube and some power to get me at least back and forth from the main base for the time being. I think that makes sense. The only thing I'm thinking about is where I would do that. Maybe right on the right-hand side here of this road. I can't put it on the road because then the truck path would run into it. Not that I'm too worried about the truck path, but I don't want to kill any of the existing supply lines while we're going through the base build here. Check on our hard drive situation. Alternate radio control. I've got a list over here somewhere that has some of the well-known, really good recipes that I always like to check up against. Radio. Radio Control system is decent. Recycled plastic's interesting because it makes the fuel that takes plastic and fuel makes rubber. I think there's some cool loops that you can do with this. Man, I don't know. What is the normal? So this is a crystal oscillator. This stuff is super easy in 10 circuit boards. What would the recipe be for a radio control unit normally? Oh, computers. So rather than crafting a computer, which requires circuit boards, oh, so it's like using the crystal computer, but without having to craft the computer first, because computer crafting is slow. I will kind of like that. Let's get the next one going. I think I'm going to pick this one up. It's aluminum. Yeah, that's not a bad deal. All right. Let's do this then. That's that taken care of. Stop getting sidetracked on stuff. We came down here for concrete, which I've got a bunch of. And then I might as well pick up some iron plates while I'm here. Should have several full containers of that just sitting around. Not quite full. Grab a couple stacks anyway. Oh, there's the full ones. Oh, it's just this first one that outputs into here. The rest of these are going the other way. That's why. That should be enough, though. I don't want to fill up my inventory too far. All the turbo fuel stuff is still cranking. Probably could turn off this one so that it's no longer making the loops for a little while. Although honestly, we're just sinking the materials on either side. We might as well be gathering the sink, gathering the tickets. This thing is finally done filling up the storage container. We're all good on modular engines. Took a little bit. Oh, I said we were going to do a hypertube. Well, that's a lot of construction. Let's just hop back up here. We'll get the power running and worry about it in a little bit. Maybe I'll do that as my after-hours project. We'll get the hypertube ran out here. So with this being this tall, how many levels would I be able to get into here if I kept things at the height that we're at right now, which is pretty good for bringing trucks across? I'm trying to think about where my trains would come in. I'm really bad at eyeballing this stuff, so I'm gonna actually build a platform across. Of course, that doesn't come in quite where I'd want. I'd have to move up and down some, but 1, 2, 3. I need at least 4 levels for a manufacturer. How big is a manufacturer? 4 or 5? How many levels do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and a partial. So that'd be 4 levels I could do under here. That's fair. Seems pretty good, actually. Oh, oops. Oops, oops, oops. Oh, I thought I was dead for sure. Okay. We gotta get the power going, folks. Up to the top. Run some power. That's the name of the game. You gotta be able to use the hover peg to get around and lay the rest of these foundations and stuff out. So what we'll do, just looking at where these power lines run to. If I run it up here, can I connect to that one down there? Is it going to be close enough? We're going to find out. I guess I don't even need to connect to that one down there. I could just put it down and then connect it to the one up here. Let's do that. You can have multiples hooked up. I'll put it right in the corner though. Over here and make sure I'm where I think I want to be. Yeah, that's right. Wire is too long. Oh no. Well, let's see if I can get this on the foundations over here somewhere. Definitely not expecting that. Got wire too long. It's so close. Making sure I'm not going to back off into the abyss. Oh, player in the way. Alright, let's see. Looks good. We can connect to there. Curiosity, I can connect to down there. I don't think I'm necessarily going to keep that long term, but that'll let me get rid of this one. Alright, one more problem solved. What I need to do now is actually run some normal power and put it in a few spots out here so that I don't fall to my death. That'll work great. And let's zoop us out some foundations. This gives me a nice wide work area around where we're at right now. All those materials we just picked up are coming in super handy. I'm going to come over here and actually see if I can figure out what I want this to look like. Again, I'm not planning on keeping this long term, but at least for the short term, I think it makes sense. I don't think this power pole's even hooked up to anything. Let's just run one of these right there. And likewise, I'm just gonna run one of these as far as I can. Give me a nice wide work area. Alright, this should do it. Let's get back to zooping. The trick with this is just run out of power. If I'm not watching the power meter on my hand control or in the lower left-hand corner, when you run out of power, you're pretty much just done. We're gonna fall out of the sky. And that is no fun at this height. I need to bring some more power over to the edge here so I don't lose it. I'm already down to signal strength 2. Not floating over anything. There's my "you're gonna fall" warning. And I don't need to zoom past what we've got. Actually, it's a lot of times easier to bring it back towards me anyway. Nope. Let's go to the same height at least. MAM research complete. Alright, we're gonna get a MAM set up here real quick. I'm gonna put it at least back over by the ramp so that later on when we're looking for it, I know where to go. Another hard drive. What did we get? Ooh, diluted fuel. That's supposed to be a really good one. I'm gonna actually pick that one. I like it. Back we go. Oh, I forgot to start one scanning, didn't I? Hang on. We'll go back 1 second. I just want to get this power run now that I've already got it on my whatchamajigger. Always restart your hard drive as soon as you get a chance. That's the lesson that I haven't quite learned yet. Perfect. And I got 3 more after that. Get this little corner busted out. And we'll be good to go. I wish that when I already had one like this, it wouldn't turn red. It would just let me build and not build in the platforms that already exist. It'd save me so much time when zooping out a big platform like this. Alright. This is going faster than I thought it would, to be honest. I still haven't figured out what we're going to do with trains yet. We need to build a sample depot somewhere. Figure out how that works. I guess I keep saying that. We're going to do that tomorrow. We're going to put trains tomorrow. I actually like the noise and the stuff flying out of my inventory normally, but man, this is a little much. Oh, we actually ran out of supplies again. Did not see that coming. What are we, third of the way done? Not too shabby. Give my hands a break, man. I have to say I'm getting cramped fingers doing the building like this. Let me move some windows around while we're taking a drink and stuff. All right. Stretch it out and get back to it. Let's see. Oh, I need plates. I need lots of plates. Well, let's switch out to the old parachute and go grab some. I like the idea of the fact that there'll be lower levels of the factory, even if they might be a little bit smaller in some spots because of all that nonsense. yeah, raw materials, bring them in on either side. That means I could actually have this be like the monorail for the train. May have to go a little bit higher than this, but not much. And just bring it right in there. Have the train go down the middle. I'll never catch it. I gotta keep my eye out. I could have dropped right onto that thing if I'd been paying attention. Alright, let's go for the run. It's a little bit faster. A little bit faster when you don't pop your parachute unexpectedly. There we go. I need metal plates, metal plates. Got a hotkey to swap my equipment loadouts. Gotta start at the other end of the platform this time. Alright, and then concrete. This thing is making encased beams, so I can grab a stack out of it. Could go grab some out of the other base there, but I don't think I was that low on concrete. Now I'm still got a third of my concrete left out of all that. By the time I get back over there, we'll be good again. I was gonna see if we could move this tower while I'm thinking about it, though. We have put up with the ridiculously low tower for too long. Power tower. I'm gonna move it over here. That's all lined up, and it's hard to tell sometimes. Run this back to wherever the other one was. Where is it? Up there? There we go. I feel like there's another power pole down there somewhere on the ground, but gonna let it go. We've got power again, so let's do it. And then I keep saying we're gonna do this. We're gonna put down one of these that I'm not gonna keep zooping back into my base or into my inventory. I'm just gonna leave it out. That way when I see it I go, oh, that's a much faster way to get back instead of having to think about it after the fact. Here we go. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Today's goal is to get the foundation laid for all of the new mega base here. I want the whole first level, top level, done. I guess I don't have any expectations that it'll be my final level, but I don't know if these will all be basement levels and we'll just count down and count up from that. I don't know. Oh, no, 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 don't fall off. Okay, I lied. I am going to have to deconstruct you. But I'll put you right back. I won't forget. There we go. Let's get the chainsaw out. I'm going to just cut down the stuff right behind this row so that I can put down a few more of these bigger No. Oh my goodness. Equip. Okay, middle mouse button puts it down, unlike when you have any other piece of equipment out. It's honestly a little strange. You know what? I'm just gonna zoom these back. Give myself a little bit of room to play up here. I have no idea what this will be used for. This will be where I run the drones or something, but room is room. We're wasting materials on non-essential platforms. We've gotten quite far today. We ran out of power though. Gotta run some more power poles. Give that a chance to recoup while I figure that out. Wire's too long. How long does it go? We'll just put it right there. And I thought I was gonna be so good, and I think I forgot to pick up more concrete. Question mark. I'm gonna go over to the edge here at least and fill in a bit. Yeah, I think we need to take an actual run out and just get a whole bunch of concrete and stuff brought up. I've been, just trying to sneak by with what we had on us, but, I think I'm done messing around if I want to get this done today. We got to bring back a good chunk of it, and it's not that far. So down we go. We'll grab a little bit of concrete. We'll grab some more iron plates on the way back. Give them a chance to build up a little bit. And we'll hit that man research up on our way by. Ruby, how you doing? Good to see you in chat. Yeah, I've got like a, 30-second delay on my chat, unfortunately. The pain of streaming in 1440 on YouTube. So if you're looking for my attention, and I'm also just very unobservant, so give me a second to respond. I usually get to everybody. Not that there's a lot of people in here today, but nothing like when I'm streaming on the Crick Farms channel, I tend to have a good amount of people over there a lot, so I'm used to the chaos. Alright, I said I was going to redo the MAM, or check the MAM hard drive before we go get the concrete to finish this build. So let's do that. We got another hard drive. Alternate heavy encased frame. How good is that? I don't know. Heavy encased frame. That looks like it's a pretty good recipe. I think I'm gonna actually grab that. It's one of those annoying core resource ones that we need to build a lot of other things. So we always like to have options for that. Part of the joy of bringing everything into the main base, though, will be that I can process all my materials in one spot and pick the most efficient recipe based on what materials we have available, unlike right now where a lot of our little satellite factories are using what we have on hand. You know what? I don't know why I'm so afraid to use a little bit of this turbo fuel. We've got tons of it. That's a lot of big bad nuglies. And I think we got concrete being pushed into a container right over here. It's just uploading incredibly slowly at the moment because we're building an obscene amount of foundations. So let's grab an inventory full. And then I'm gonna hunt a couple of these tiny little items out of the inventory real quick. We've already got that in there. How about this? There we go. Alright, that's enough goofing off. We'll pick up the iron plates on the way back and get the rest of this floor put in. We're gonna run out of time today. I gotta get moving if we want to get this done before the cutoff. Up we go. Don't forget the iron plates. Don't forget the iron plates. Alright, these are stacking up nicely. I'm gonna run out of inventory here soon. But apparently not that soon because our iron plate production is slowing down apparently. Looks good though. 20 modular frames. I can upload those then. Probably upload these leaves. Don't know why I'd need them, but you never know. Alright. I think I'm in a good enough spot with... I've got what I'm gonna get, at least. Let's put it that way. Yeah, I don't need anything from there. Alright, let's get back to it. Make sure this is running. I checked on the hard drive. I didn't hit the scan button. Every time. That's why I check. I'm paranoid because I'm so bad at remembering. Jamming. I'm just hoping that the music isn't too loud. I'll have to check the stream after. I always forget to check on stuff like that. We haven't been listening to the boombox in the previous episodes as much. But the default music was getting a little tiresome. I really like this track. Jetpack to a ladder. Yes. Perfect. Then once we get up to the power here, I can switch out for the other jetpack. Like so. Alright. Middle mouse, let's do it. Close to done here. This is gonna put us at about 3/4 once I get to the area on my right here. Need more power poles though. This line as long as we're lined up. I think we're going to have enough, folks. I don't think we're going to have to go back for any more materials. This is as far as my jetpack's gonna take me, though. Let me bring that out. Go into the edge, hopefully. That one all the way to the end. Getting lazy. Missing a few. Look at that, I missed 2 on that one. How did we manage that? And let me just grab this and bring it up here down this line. Do not extend past the edge of the base, though. These smaller platforms can be a little tricky. Let's get everything lined up. When I'm doing the 4 meters, it's super easy to grab onto it from the far side and then zoop it over, but this seems to be a little trickier. It'll be easier from the ground. This one over there, it's gonna drive me nuts. I'll have to go over and clean it up, obviously, but knowing it's there is the frustrating bit. Oh. There, it looks like. Just can't seem to line this up right. Let's go check. Got one there. One there. And just a few runs left right here, and we'll be all done. It's so annoying. Can I get it from here? Can. Look at those skills. Alright, and there. One big look around. Alright, folks, look at that. We have laid out the... I guess we'll call this the first floor of the mega base, even though I know I'm gonna build secondary floors beneath it. But we'll have to come up with a better naming convention. However, I'm gonna take and put a power pole right on the corner of this, if I can maybe use hover mode to help me out here. Nope, cannot seem to do hover mode. Let me just push that down. Perfect. And then we'll run this down here a ways. Put one right there. And then take this all the way down to the corner for another one. I just want to make sure when we're moving around here, we don't run into any weird situations where I'm out of power, falling to our doom. I just have a ring of power around the outside here. We'll be in a good spot. I don't even think I need to connect those across, but just in case I drop one out later on and need to figure things out. Let's see, I've got the pole in the corner there. I could start the next line somewhere like this. I am gonna put one in the corner though, just in case I decide that power line needs to move. And then likewise, we're gonna run these right back up the middle here. I'll have my whole pole things set up in front of me. Now these will have to go away when we start to build our walls and stuff on the outside, but I'm not going to worry about the exterior, at least not right out of the gate. I want to figure out how I'm going to lay out the inside of this thing before we start worrying about how we make the outside looks pretty. And you know what? We'll put this one right next to this pole. That up too, just to give me a backup on the off chance that we need to disconnect something somewhere else. And hoping this gets all the way to the corner here. Oh, not quite. Alright. Gotta get the chainsaw out, do a little bit of trimming. Luckily we can grab these trees from midway up, unlike the bushes when they poke through. Alright, that's looking pretty good. How about this thing? Can I get rid of this thing? Please let me get rid of this thing. Not from down, or up here. Well, from down here. No. Okay. Well, that's unfortunate. That might be a reason to quit putting my boombox down. That might be a reason to end this a little bit before this point. We were just extending it at random when we put that down. We'll think about it. We'll leave it poking up there so that at least I know what's going on. And then my next mental question is, could I ramp up from outside of this? Do I need the ramp in the middle of it? It's kind of a big hole. I guess I don't need a ramp at all once we get going on some stuff. Aluminum rod. Interesting. Or iron wire. Iron wire actually sounds pretty nice. Just looking at a list I've got up here of different recipes to see where this might fall. Aluminum rod is pretty good. I think we're gonna get it. I don't know. I don't really know if I need it though. We don't have that much aluminum production. Maybe I'll rescan. Alternate cooling device. It's not bad. How about industrial pipe? That doesn't seem nearly as good. I'll get this. That way I've got options. We haven't built any of that yet, so might as well have options when we do go to build it. And we'll get the next one of these scanning here in the background. Alright. With that out of the way, let's actually grab our handy dandy car that's out of fuel. Handy dandy car. And I'm gonna head down the ramp. Not gonna fall off to our death. And we're gonna park this right there for now. And I want to create a level below this at 4 levels deep. So let's grab a foundation. And we got 1, 2, 3, 4. And then this would go on the bottom like that. And let's go up there and see what we got. Yikes. Oh, I can't believe I survived that. Wrong jetpack, folks. I want to see if I can get a manufacturer on a 4 level or if I should go 5 high. I think I'm going to need to go 5 high to make it look good. I don't know what the right size is for a level of our base, you know what I mean? That's okay. But let me just... let's start at 5. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but it's going to go on the top of the floor before it. Get rid of all those. Just going to build a few of these out, enough to put down some manufacturers and see what it feels like in here. So what I don't want to do is block out my option of running things on the ceiling. I'm missing iron plates already. Production, manufacture. Okay. Yeah, I got enough room to run some stuff on the ceiling, I feel like. Let's toss down 2 of these right over the high point here. I could run 2 above a manufacturer with 5 high floors. I think that's probably pretty good. Not gonna do like a cable floor. I know a lot of people do like a shorter floor in between main floors, and then they run all their belts and spaghetti underneath there. I don't want to deal with that. I'd rather run things where I can get to it. I'm not too worried about spaghetti. Maybe I should be. But yeah, this is going to be great because honestly, I know I put a manufacturer there, but this would probably be more the assembler floor, where I'm running a bunch of assemblers for the medium tier components, and then I would put the manufacturers up on the next floor, and then do advanced construction, maybe the floor above that. Got to put down the space elevator somewhere too. Alright, so I've got this set up. Let me fix these 2 that are missing if I've got the resources now. Can't believe we're so out of metal plates and stuff. I should set up a little mini factory just to make more plates to feed us for construction purposes. So let's do that rather than continuing to run out of materials every 15 minutes. Since we are going to be reworking a lot of the base stuff here anyway as we start building out more permanent structures, I think we can afford to hijack part of the existing base for streamlining our construction materials. Take the corner easy. Could always put it up on the space elevator floor. I think I've got some extra room up there. Alright. Let me just check. I don't know, I could toss it right here. What kind of blueprints do I got? Iron plates times 8. That's a lot. I don't think I need more than 3. I can't upload that fast, to be honest. Okay, iron plates comes in on that side. I'm gonna need a splitter. Set this up. You know what, let's do the splitter first. That way I know I've got it in the right spot. Oh, I can't snap one onto this end. Okay, hang on. Let's get the input on the right side. that. Let's get this replaced. I don't know what this is feeding, but we are short on metal products, so I'm gonna make sure that the iron is being fed somewhere that it's getting where it needs to be in a timely manner. Perfect. Especially since I'm about to steal from the line, I want to make sure that it's all good to go. Just likewise, I can do the same here. Alright, that looks good. Now, all of that was so that I could come down here and toss down 3 constructors. And get them lined up like so. Don't think I'm clipping anything there. These set up with iron plates. This will be 60 a minute of iron plates. Upscale these production lines a little bit. All right. And then I just need to slap down some mergers, and I'm going to bring them that way. We've got the tools, we might as well be using them. Every time. And too much. Shut up. Over this way, I think. Keep it out of the way. Iron plates will be uploading 30 a minute from here, and another 30 a minute from here when it has some. A little concerning, but I guess that's because I robbed this whole chain of plates. And it doesn't, I'm on the wrong end of this chain for robbing plates. So I'm feeding half in here, half in there. See, I think I'm just gonna completely get rid of that, because that doesn't make any sense. I'm gonna go down the line here and just see if there's somewhere else that I could be stealing plates from. Right there, but there's nowhere to put a dimensional uploader. That's fine. 30 a minute will be good. I'm making 60 a minute here. So I suppose what I could do is we could split into 2 of these for the time being. Kind of cheat on getting our uploads going. Let's get a splitter set up right here. I think that's the right spot. I couldn't quite get there. Is that too close? No, that'll be good. That one going. Take that down and split here. now I'm uploading from 2. I've got enough plates to keep up with 2. We should be good to go. 9 and 8. Bother putting those in, we might as well use them out of the inventory. Okay. Did I remember? Oh, our hard drive is done. Look at that. Flexible framework or rigor mortar. Haha, rigor mortar. That's a good one. I don't know if that's a good recipe or not. It seems okay. The crystal oscillators are odd. What's the normal motor? So that's 3, 3, and 1 to make 6. Two rotors, 2 stators versus... Start that last hard drive scanning. 2 rotors, 2 stators. So it takes an extra component, but it makes a lot more motors. Man, I really got to get this going. We've got all the stuff for it. I think that this is going to be a good recipe, though. These motors are a pain, so if I could make them a lot faster. I just don't know. This I'm not interested in because I've got literally chests and chests full of them. I'm gonna rescan. Dope. We should have taken the first thing. This was useless. I don't want either of those. Alright, we're not gonna make the same mistake here. I'm gonna take the radio because having options on advanced components sounds good. I'm gonna rescan this one. Not really interested in either of those. I'm still sitting on this one. Alright. We're making progress. Let us go back up here and continue to make progress on our floor for the last little bit here. Oh, we are running out of time, actually, for today's stream. I got to take off about 5 minutes earlier than usual. My kid has swimming lessons right after the bus stop, and that means I got to go get all his swim gear and toss it in the car so we can take off right away. I have been enjoying Satisfactory immensely. Hopefully you have too. If you have, it always helps to hit a like on that video when you're watching it, even after the stream. And yeah, we have gotten the new base going. We got the hard drives, we got the turbo fuel, we got the radar tower. We knocked off all of our objectives this week, or today, I should say. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna die. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling happy. We made the progress we did. I need to get that nitrogen stuff going next episode because I just want to start collecting it and figure that out. So we're going to do nitrogen. We're going to do trains tomorrow. That way we can figure out how all of this stuff works. And we will continue to work on the mega base, hopefully starting to get some base materials brought in. I don't want to lay anything out, though, in here until we have the trains coming in. And right now, just off the top of my head, because I'm not sure how they're going to work, I think trains are going to be something that comes in up on this top level, and we bring our materials down to process them, and then we bring them back up in a different part of the manufacturing area to do more advanced things with them. And I say that only because I think we need to get the trains around the map, so it's going to make sense to have them going around kind of up here, where we're going to have to do a lot less going over the terrain and the obstacles and stuff. So that's our goal. We're going to push to make progress on that. In fact, I'll put these in my Friday goals here. Right now, we'll set the goals. Friday, we're going to do continue building mega base, but that's after we get trains. sorted out, and I had one other thing that I just said. Now I can't remember because that's the way it goes. And this doesn't matter anymore by 50. Yeah. What was the other thing I said we were going to do? I can't believe I forgot already. I'm going to land on that guy. If it kills me, we're going to land on the dude. But no, we're going to get this going. We're going to get the start of the raw materials in once we got trains figured out, and we're just going to keep cranking on this base. So, with all that said, that's all for today. Kedrick, out.